Peace. What's the word, everybody? Give everybody a chance to tune on in before I start building on the subject matter for the day. Hopefully, y'all having a powerful Wednesday thus far, man. I got some powerful information to present to y'all today. So I'm going to give everybody a chance to tap in with the kid, man, before I really start unleashing some of this information, man. So hopefully everybody having a powerful Wednesday, man, being healthy, being efficient, productive, peaceful, positive, all that good stuff, man. So give everybody a chance to tap in. What's the word? Talk to me, man. How y'all living? How y'all feeling? How y'all holding up out here on this wonderful Wednesday, man? Everything is wonderful on my end. Everything is peaceful, centered, and balanced. Maintaining, always focus on elevation. Or mind, peace. What's happening? What's the word? What's the word? Yeah, we're gonna get a little deep. We're gonna get a little deep today, man. Talking about the prison system, man. Some of this y'all already know, but I got a personal situation. I can't reveal all the details, but I'm gonna reveal just enough so that y'all can get an understanding or gain an understanding of what's really going on out here, man. This is one of those topics that a lot of people are not talking about because some people may not even know what's really going on unless you have somebody that's in the system that's incarcerated that you connect with and talk to on a day-to-day basis or a weekly basis or a monthly basis, whatever the case may be, and they keeping y'all updated on the treatment that they are receiving. Beautiful Goddess Keys, peace, Queen, what's happening? Airview, peace. Nick, peace, what's the word? Everything is centered, balanced in my world, man. Everything is good, man. How are y'all holding up on y'all end, man? What's the word? Yeah, we gotta talk today, man. We gotta get some things, gotta reveal some things. You know, they talk about revelations. We revealing some things today. Revealing some things in regards to this system out here, man. We got some crazy things that's going on, man, in reference to the prison system out here, man. Y'all already know that you basically a slave once you get locked up, once you get incarcerated. So that's why they strive to lock a lot of us up, us black men, Hispanics, and all that good stuff, man. The original man. That's why they strive to lock us all down because, again, legally they could treat us like slaves in that joint. They can do whatever they want to us for real. Zeke, Magic, Justin, peace. What's the word? What's the word? So yeah, we gonna talk, man. Like I said, I got a personal situation. I can't reveal much. It actually revolves around one of my clients, and I let her know as soon as she give me the heads up, I'm going in. I told her, man, I could rally the troops up, man. It's about to be a real big situation. About to be a real big situation out here, man. Once I get the heads up to release all the information or even have them come on this stream and talk about what went down, it's going to get real, man. So this lady going to need all of y'all support, man. And I told her that I can rally the troops up on my platforms and get everybody behind her. She just got to let me know when she's ready. Whenever she's ready to talk about it and reveal all the facts, I said we're going to put some pressure on this system, man, because she definitely deserves some justice. Long story short, without revealing too much, her son basically was murdered in the prison, and they trying to cover it up. And the crazy thing about it is he got murdered right before he was about to come home after spending years in that joint. So I said, oh, okay. And they straight trying to cover it up. And it's crazy, man. All the evidence, the proof that she got, man, that she's attaining right now is crazy. It's crazy. But I can't, like I said, I'm not going to reveal too much because, you know, again, we can't do that. So I'm waiting for her to give me the heads up, man. I told her once she give me the heads up, it's going down, rallying the troops. I told her, hey, we gonna ride for it, man. We're not about to let them get away with it. We're not about to let them get away with that, man. It's nonsense, man. Once y'all hear what happened once y'all hear what happened to the son, like, and the way that they trying to cover it up, y'all gonna be amazed, man. Y'all gonna be like, that's crazy. It's stuff that we know that's going on, but when you actually, like, listen, when it's actually right in your face and then somebody that actually went through it is discussing how this is going down and presenting it to you, it's real in the field. It's real in the field, man. When she like I said, gives me the heads up, whether or not she allows me to tell the story, tell what happened, or she come on and tell what happened, y'all gonna be like, wow, this is crazy. But yes, I got a client, her whole son, her only son. She got daughters. This is her only son. He was murdered. The prison system, the COs, whoever the case may be, whoever did it, and they straight trying to cover it up. And the way that they covering it up is crazy, man. Y'all know what they like to tell, you know, like what they like to say. They like to take the popular drug of choice and say basically we OD'd on that drug of choice. So they covering it up by saying it basically was a drug overdose. dude ain't never did drugs and things of that nature, and he's about to get out. If I done spent years in the prison, and I'm a month or two away of getting out, why would I risk it all by doing some drugs in the prison? And even if it was drugs, how did the drugs get in there? We know them COs be smuggling drugs. Drugs are not supposed to be in the facility anyway. Shantae, peace, what's the word? So again, they done killed her. They done killed her son. They done murdered her son. Tried to say it was an overdose on fentanyl. Y'all know fentanyl. That's a popular drug of choice right now. Fentanyl, man. That's what they say. He OD'd on that, and what they say, his heart gave out, fell, hit his head. That's what they said. OD'd on the fentanyl, heart gave out, fell, hit his head. I mean, out the gate, you don't even have. Once she told me that, I said, man, that sounds like a big lie in and of itself. Like me just not even knowing anything about the son, like me just hearing them telling her that that's what happened. I'm like, that already sounds like it's some nonsense. Oh, so he just randomly OD'd on some fentanyl, heart gave out, he fell and hit his head. Come on, man. They have got to stop trying to play us like we some fools, man. Like, that don't even make any sense. Like, right out the gate, I was like, man, that's suspect. Then once she started giving me the information, I said, see, that's what I was talking about. That's what I was talking about. They always like to say we out here ODing. Listen, I don't know about y'all, but if I didn't, why would I just start? Like, this the crazy thing about it. Like I said, her son spent some years in this prison now. If I didn't spend years in prison, why would I wait till I'm about to get out to start doing drugs? Why would I wait till, man, I think he had like 50 some days left. He was straight about to get out, man. He had like 50 some days left and was about to get out. If I'm about to get out of prison, why would I all of a sudden just go crazy on the drugs right when I'm about to get out? Make that make sense, man. I done went all these years in prison, didn't have no situation involving drugs. Then ironically, right when I'm about to get released, all of a sudden I OD on some drugs. That's already suspect, man. That's already suspect. But that's what they tell you. It was drugs. Oh, he OD'd on the fentanyl. Boom, heart gave out, fell, hit his head. Come on. Listen, I'm telling you, this story runs deep. And again, I'm not trying to reveal everything. I mean, I'm not using names and whatnot, so I can kind of reveal a little piece of information, man. But the autopsy, all that type of stuff, man, listen, it basically demonstrates that he was choked to death. That's all I got to say, man. Basically, when she viewed the body, the evidence led her to believe that, based off of viewing the body, that he was choked. He was choked to death. And I guarantee you that's what happened. Man. I'm going to just give y'all the jewel. Okay, they said he OD'd on the fentanyl, heart gave out, fell, hit his head, but then view the body, he got two perfect black eyes. Y'all tell me what that means. I done OD'd on some drugs, heart gave out, I fell, but then I got two perfect black eyes. What that mean? Two perfect black eyes. And y'all see some marks around my throat. What is that? What is that telling you? Are those indications of somebody that OD'd on some drugs and fell and hit their head? Two perfect black eyes and the marks around the throat. Does that spell OD'd on fentanyl, fell, hit head? No. No. No and no and no. Like, I can tell you that. No. So that's all I'm going to reveal on that, man. This is what's going down. And this ain't the only one that they did this to. This ain't the only black man that they did this to in the prison system. We know they good for this. We know they good for it. And this is being swept under the rug, man. Who knows how many black men that they didn't killed, murdered, assassinated right before they was about to get released. Kansu, just, peace, what's the word? Kuma, peace. Matter of fact, I got an example, man. I was when I was out of town back some years ago, man. One of my cousins was giving me some game about, I think it was a cousin that I've never met. I think he was locked up in Louisiana or something along those lines, man. Basically, right before he was real into gang, he was a gang member and all that type of stuff. Whatever the gangs are in Louisiana, he was part of gangs. He was real big in the gang world. Well, he was about to get released. The way the story was told to me, he was about to get released. They transferred him. They transferred him to where he was surrounded by the rival gang, and he ended up getting stabbed to death. So right before he was about to come home, get released, they transfer him to where he's surrounded by rival gang members. And all of a sudden now, of course, he gets ambushed one day and stabbed to death. This is the stuff that they do. Who knows how many brothers that they did this to right before they about to get released? Ironically, they get killed. They get transferred to different units, transferred to different prisons where the enemy is. And they end up dead. Come on now. This is what they doing. This is exactly what they doing. Sweet Tea Peace, Zero Peace. What's the word? Consul Peace. Zeke, nope. That's the see, if he had beef with somebody, that's the thing, Zeke. And that's what everybody, if he had beef with somebody, they have no problem saying it was another inmate. They have no problem saying it was another black person that killed him. They trying to cover it up, man. It's when she tell the story, listen, I'm telling you, when y'all hear the story live from her mouth, y'all gonna say, okay, this was foul play. This was foul play. Foul play. It's foul play in the sense of Shayna Peace, what's happening? And just for the people that's tuning in, like I said, I can't reveal too much, but I have a client that's a mother, and her son was murdered in prison. And we believe it was by the COs, the people that work at the prison. And she is accumulating a lot of evidence to show and prove that. So it's about to get real in the field. But whenever she's ready, I told her, whenever she's ready to release this information, go public with it. I said, man, I could rally the troops. You can use my platform, but we're going to have to get people to rally behind her, because she's going to need all support that she can get, because she about to bang on the system. She about to go against the system that's, you know, when you go against this system, they come at you. So I said, man, we behind you 100%. And I said, man, I'm going to try to rally as many people as I can, because you should not have had to bury your son right before he was about to come home to you after spending years in prison. So basically, they didn't view the body. They didn't told the mother that he OD'd on fentanyl. Heart gave out. He fell, hit his head. She goes and view the body. 2 perfect black eyes. You got marks around the throat, and then analyzed his knuckles. So again, if it was like a struggle, if anything was going down, that was a struggle where he was fighting, some would have been up with his knuckles, bruising something. Wasn't nothing wrong with his knuckles, man. So it's all indications that he was choked out. All indications that he was choked out. And they literally was trying to cover this up. And I'm telling y'all, once she get on here and spill the whole story, y'all gonna be like, all right, crazy. It's crazy. Or if she let me spill it, however this is gonna go. But I told her, man, we got you. See, we got to start supporting our people. A lot of people be afraid when it's situations like this. A lot of people be afraid to go against that system, because, you know, they be making the threats and things of that nature. They try to silence people when they start going against this particular system, the prison system and all that. When you talking about the government, all of that type of stuff, man. They try to instill that fear in you. They try to instill that fear in you. I said, man, we cannot be afraid. This is something that you have to bring to the nation's attention, because this is not the only time that they've done this. They've done this before. There's been plenty of other people that then lost their sons this same exact way. And they ain't saying nothing because they're afraid to say something. I say, man, I ain't afraid. I ain't afraid. Go ahead, give me the information. I'll talk about it. I'm ready. Come on. I'm ready to unleash this information. I'm ready to give people the evidence to show and prove. But I know it's a legal situation here. So she talking to attorneys, you know what I'm saying, trying to gain an understanding of what she can say and what she can't say and things like that. So I already know that that's part of it. So that's why we're not jumping on it immediately. But it's going down, man. It's going down, because I already know. I got other examples based off of like family members and friends and people just talking to me about what goes on in the prison system in regards to these COs and their treatment, smuggling the drugs in there, man. Just how they isolate certain individuals and place them in rival territory, and they end up beat to death and killed or beat near death, all that type of stuff, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. But I said we ready to bang. We ready to bang. We ready to bang on the system for. And we gotta ride for the queens out here. We gotta ride for the sisters out here, man. She lost her son. Listen, we riding for her. You know, that's how I look at it. We riding for her. She ain't in this alone. No. No. Letting her know out the gate, we got to ride for each other, man. We cannot continue to allow this system to murder us, treat us any type of way, discriminate against us, and we sit back and not say anything just out of fear. Nope, not happening. Not in 2021, not in 2022, not in 2023. It's no longer happening, man. We're going to say something. We're going to apply that pressure. We're going to apply that pressure to it. You're not about to cover this up. You're not about to try to silence her, give her hush money. Nah, it ain't happening. We need to shed some light on this. Whole world need to see what's going on. The whole world need to see what happened. Whole world need to gain an understanding of what's going on in the prisons out here. Whole world need to gain an understanding of it. Lindell, peace, what's happening? Oh, Shana, for sure. You say no one's talking about how they are offering the ramen noodles for all inmates who take the jab, and we know it's mostly black men who comprise these prisons, for sure. And look at that. You know what I'm saying? Look what they're offering to take the jab. Ramen noodles. Come on, man. Ramen noodles. Like, really? Really? That's what they offer. Like, I got cousins that can been COs and all that type of stuff. So I literally know on the inside what's really going on. How they be mistreated. Like, I just know it. I got cousins that can work in that field, man. So I know what be going on. I know what be going on, man. I know what type of stuff happens, man. I know exactly what be going on, man. I got cousins. I got an uncle that been in that type of situation and worked as a CO, worked in the prison. So I got plenty of people in the fam that worked as COs and worked in these prisons. So I kind of know some inside information in regards to what really be going down. But that doesn't warrant this mother having to bury her son right before he was about to get released to her. That's crazy. And the fact that they trying to give her this bogus cover up is ridiculous, man. Like I said, this is more to it. I can't reveal everything because I promised her I wouldn't say too much about it. But it's bogus, man. It's bogus. Once y'all hear it, y'all gonna be like, wow, this is bogus. It's bogus. King Ramsey for sure. You know what I'm saying? That the time has come, man. Like, their rule is over with. A lot of our ancestors, man, a lot of our people from back in the day, they try to not warn us, but warn them that their rule is about to come to an end. You know, so we've had plenty of people from Elijah Muhammad. I mean, any culture that you want to study, they let you know that they was going to rule for a certain period of time, and that rule was going to come to an end. It has been written. You know what I'm saying? And we say, what? Word is bond, man. In the beginning was the word, all that good stuff. So it has been written by a lot of different cultures back in the day that they was going to rule for X amount of years, and that rule was going to come to an end. We are nearing that time. We are nearing that time where their rule is going to come to an end. And they know that. They know that. They know that. Joshua, for sure. Yeah, like I said, I got a few cousins that been in that same type of position. So I'm already knowing. Oh, Dominique, for sure. Yeah, the rate, all of that type of good stuff, man. Man, listen, all of it. All of it. They allowing all that to go on, some of them, man, and not saying anything, and things of that, and then initiating it, instigating it, all that type of stuff, man. I heard all type of stories, man, when it comes to the prisons, man. It's crazy. And then these dudes get released back into society, and we think that they supposed to be a refined, reformed person. Like, no, for the most part, there is no refinement going on when it comes to the prison, man. A lot of times they're getting treated like mere animals, man. And then we release them back into society and then just expect for them to just know how to deal with society after that. You know, that's what's happening. They're not really equipped with any type of tools when it comes to dealing with society for the most part. And then we wonder why they end up right back in the prison, right back locked up, because they didn't become accustomed to that lifestyle, man. They didn't become accustomed to that lifestyle. Just, man, I'm telling you, a lot of them are not held accountable. I'm telling you, man, it's real in the field. It's real in the field. Like I said, man, when she was breaking everything down to me, I was like, wow, they literally, like, they told you what? they told you what? Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. The things that they get away with And when I say they, I mean not only in the prison system, man, just worldwide, man, just the prisons, the school system, the medical industry, all of that, this whole entire system, the powers that be, the things that they get away with is crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. The things they get away with, the murders, the deaths of some of our people that go unannounced. So we only know about, you know what I'm saying, when it hits the mainstream, media, Mike Brown, George Floyd, Sandra Bland. These are the ones that just make it to the mainstream. For every Mike Brown, there probably 100 other people that went out the same way. It just did not get publicized. And that's what's crazy. That's what's crazy about it. Same with like Emmett Till. You know how many Emmett Tills actually existed before Emmett Till? It was a lot of Emmett Tills before Emmett Till. So that's the crazy thing about it. Emmett Till wasn't the only child, the black child, to go down like that. But that's the one that made it to the mainstream. That's the one that we heard about. That's the one that we know about. So it was a lot of other Emmett Tills that suffered the same fate, and they didn't even have the so-called luxury of people knowing about them. Like, that's what saddens me, man. A lot of this stuff gets swept under the rug. So it's like these people's lives, like, they literally died in vain, man. They died in vain. They died, got swept under the rug, and they got forgot about. They got forgotten about. Like, that's depressing, man. That's depressing. You know how many of our people that have been killed, assassinated, murdered, and nobody knew about it? Nobody knows about it? Man, I got a book called the Sloop Massacre, and it talks about a little town in Texas. Everybody know Black Wall Street. Everybody know Rosewood. Well, it's a little town in Texas. It was called Slocum. I think it was Slocum, Texas. But look this book up, Sloop Massacre. I think that's the name of the book. But it talks about that particular situation in Texas. Man, this was right around the same time that all this stuff was going on. Nobody talks about it, though. And it talked about how they reported a certain amount of black people that got killed, but the actual number of people that were killed that were black was a lot more than what they were reporting. So let's say they reported 60 deaths. Man, it might have been 200 black people that actually died. They only reported 60. Like, that's what was happening, man. So they had killed hundreds of us and say, well, only 60 died. I'm telling you, man, we worthless to them. We worthless to them. You only gonna report 60 black people that got killed and murdered, but it was really 200. So you reported 60. What happened to the other 140? Dying in vain, man. Dying in vain. Their death had no meaning. They worthless. You dying, that's crazy. You die and everybody just didn't even know you died. Forgot about you. Nobody knows you. Nobody knows what happened to you. That's crazy, man. And that happened to a lot of our people. A lot of our people. Joshua, I think I remember seeing that. The Stanford Prison Experiment. Kansu, man, I done heard similar stories, man. I done heard it all. I done heard it all, man. And it's crazy, man. Like, what's supposed to be the point of prison, man? Is the purpose of it? Do you want these brothers to go in there and get refined, get reformed? Like, what's the point of prison? What is it? What's the point? Are these brothers supposed to be reformed? Like, is that the whole purpose of prison? What is the purpose of prison, man? What is the purpose? I mean, we know the purpose. It's almost like a rhetorical question. You know, it's almost a rhetorical question. Really ain't got to answer that. We know the purpose of it, but it's just crazy, man. It's crazy. It's like I said, that's why I always compare it to the educational system. You send you put all these kids in this educational system, don't teach them how to cope with life, how to deal with life, how to succeed in life. Then when they don't succeed, you looking at them like it's like they crazy. You didn't teach them anything. You taught them all this irrelevant stuff, man. And you looking at them like they crazy because they don't know how to do basic things. Well, because your school system failed them. The same way with the prison system. Same way with the prison system, man. You talk about reforming and refinement and things of that nature, then they get locked up. And sometimes some of these people come out worse than the way that they went in. Somebody might have went in for a petty crime, and then they go into the prison system, and then they come out a lot worse. They come out a killer. You know? So we might as well eliminate reform. We might as well eliminate that concept when it comes to prison, man. Most of the people that come out of there, man, they are not reformed. Now, there are plenty of brothers that they went in there and, again, did the work, did the studying, came across the right people, man, and they changed their life for the better. But for the most part, the average person that's going to get locked down, locked up, man, they not, listen, come on, man, you breed animals, man. Breed animals. Infinite Charms, Peace Queen, what's happening? Shayna, literal crimes against humanity, for sure, 100%. Crimes against humanity. And there's so many crimes being committed against humanity. Like I said, in the prison, when you go to the grocery store, that's crime against humanity, man. All these foods that they advertising and promoting that they got us consuming, crime against humanity. Then when you go to the doctor to get treated for an ailment caused by the food, crime against humanity. The educational system, to me, crime against humanity. When you start going to the courts, crime against humanity. Like all of this, man, corporate America, crime against humanity, man. They discriminating against us. They don't want to give us jobs that pay anything. Then they get mad at us for walking around committing crime, like stealing and things of that nature, selling drugs. Like, look, you giving me this job $10 an hour and you want me to work like I'm making 50. Then want to say people don't want to work. It ain't that people don't want to work, man. They can't. Come on, man. You can't keep the lights on with that. Can't keep the lights on. Can't keep the lights on with that, man. You giving somebody $10 an hour, man, and you want them to work like they making 60. Come on, man. Ain't nobody in their right mind about to put up with that. Ain't nobody in their right mind about to put up with that, man. That's why people quitting these jobs. That's why all these places are short-staffed. That's why everybody is gravitating towards the entrepreneurship way of life, because everybody's tired of that, man. Everybody tired of that stress. They being underpaid, overworked. Everybody is tired of that. Everybody tired of that, man. They ain't dealing with that anymore, man. That's one of the reasons why I left. When you trying to feed the fam, man, when you trying to provide for the fam, man, and you working and you slaving, you trying to do it the honest way, but it's not enough, man, your mind gonna start wondering. You're like, man, I gotta do so. I gotta eat, man. We gotta eat. I gotta keep a roof over my head. You're gonna start thinking of ways to generate some funds, man. And anything that comes up, man, you might entertain it, whether it's illegal or legal, especially as a man. And that's how they get us. Deny us all these opportunities and make it seem like we just lazy and don't want to work. That's how they get black people. You know, black people got that whole stigma that we lazy and don't want to do anything. Man, we done been discriminated against. Man, I wish that I could pull it up on my, and I probably could. If I pulled it up on my laptop, man, it'd have been some places, man, I done probably put in applications. Man, I probably apply everywhere in St. Louis, man. We're just constantly getting denied, rejected, and all that good stuff. So what is that? That ain't a person that don't want to work. That's a person that's trying to work, but he getting denied and rejected. So then if I would have went out here and started slinging drugs, then everybody would have been judging me. Whole while they not knowing that I done filled out 200-300 applications in a matter of months, got rejected for all of them. So people don't be knowing the whole story. You just automatically want to judge somebody. Man, who got time to be getting rejected 300 times? That's going to do something to your self-esteem. That's going to do something to your mentality. But yet we want to judge these folks, man. Man, I was in that position, man. I was like, man, something got to give, man. I'm talking about for jobs I know I'm qualified for, and I ain't even making it to the interview. I'm getting rejected instantly. Yep, denied, rejected. We've chosen another candidate, all this type of stuff. I'm like, come on, fam. I'm talking about little knockoff jobs right after I graduated college, which is what they wanted me to do. And I went and played by their rules, played the game the way they wanted me to play it, and I did it, and here we go. Still getting discriminated against. But then, like I said, if I would have went out here and generated some funds by illegal means, then now I'm getting judged. Now I'm getting locked up. But I try to play the game the way they want me to play it. You gave me all this student loan debt, and now I got to try to pay the debt off. But then I can't get no job. I can't get no opportunity out here to pay it off. And now y'all want to keep sending me emails about having to pay the loan. So come on, man, make that make any sense, man. Make that make any sense. Look at the type of society that they breed, that they manufacturing. But they want to say we don't want to work. We lazy. We this, that, and the third. Come on, man. Come on, man. That's what they be on, man. There you go, Just. Man, we're going to put that book up, man. Get that book right there, the 1910 Sloop Massacre. Please get that book, man. I ain't know anything about that story. Like I said, all I knew about was Rosewood, Move, and Black Wall Street, all that. But the Sloop Massacre is a similar situation. And it happened again, 1910. But how many people have honestly heard about that? Man, I got a whole book on it. It's crazy, man. I'm telling y'all, read that and y'all will be like, wow, it's crazy. The way the whole genocide popped off. Basically, and I'm gonna give y'all a little preview of it. Basically, what had happened was, I think what started the whole riot, what started the whole genocide, it was a black dude that got like promoted to the point where he was having to give white people orders, whatever his job was. I forgot what the job was, but it was a situation where the white folks in that town had to take orders from a black man. In 1910, they wasn't going for that. They were not going for that at all. And that black man wasn't about to step down. So he was out here giving the orders to the white folks, man. Of course, the white folks then started, they accused him of, I forgot what they accused him of doing, but that's all it was, an accusation. Accused him of doing something simply because he was giving them orders. And then they was out here accusing black folks of meeting up in churches, plotting to kill all the white people. So that was enough for them to get the green light to kill all the black people in the town down there, man. And that's exactly what happened. Black dude was around there bossing up, and he reached a level to where he was overseeing white folks. In 1910, them white folks couldn't take that, so they had to come up with all these accusations, and they wanted to make it seem like black folks was plotting to shoot and kill all the white people. That's that conscience, man. Listen, that's that conscience bothering them. That's that conscience bothering them, man. They done treated us wrong for so long. They like, oh man, these black folks, why they meeting up in these churches? They must be plotting to kill us. That's that conscience. Oh wow, y'all, they was the ones plotting to kill us every time. When have we ever plotted to kill them, man? For no reason. You know what I'm saying? Like when that turned into, it's a reason. We enslaved, we tired of being enslaved. That's the only time you're gonna see a massive amount of black people come together and say, all right, man, we're gonna have to kill these white folks. That's the only time you're gonna see that. We ain't just wake up one day, just out the kindness of our heart, and say, all right, we finna just kill white folks. No. Only time when you look at history, the only time that happened is when we were mistreated, discriminated against, enslaved. That's the only time. So they was meeting in the churches, and them white folks like they must be plotting to kill us. They must be plotting to kill us. And that was enough. That was enough. Man, listen, it was crazy, man. They were shooting and killing. Man, they were playing games with them, man. You know how I go, tell them to run, boom, and then they just shooting them while they running, shooting them in the back, playing games with them, man. It was straight crazy, man. Straight crazy. Get that book, man. Get that book. It's crazy. It's crazy. Infinite Charms is crazy with the Mike Brown situation. And I want to talk about that too. Mike Brown, I grew, listen, literally, where Mike Brown was murdered at, that was my stomping grounds. Literally. I lived in like it was some apartments. There was some more apartments. I lived in the houses back there. So where he died, like I literally used to walk to, it was the quick trip that burned down. The gas station that they burned down was like my neighborhood gas station. This is how close I grew. Like this, I grew up in that area, man. I stayed walking around where Mike Brown was at. Like, and people start, when it happened, people start associating Ferguson with like the hood. Man, that area was never a bad area. It really still is not a bad area as far as like crime and things like that. Like the Ferguson area, that area, I literally grew up in that area. Man, that was a peaceful area. Peaceful area. And when that situation happened, man, it threw a lot of negativity on that area. But that Ferguson area, I literally grew up in that area, never had problems, man. There was no crime going on. But now people have associated that with like a bad neighborhood and things along those lines. And it never was that. It never was that. But they made it that way when they did that to Mike Brown, man. When they killed Mike Brown, then now when everybody mentions Ferguson, everybody automatically thinks that that's a neighborhood to be feared. Man, I'm telling y'all, I spent the first 18 years of my life right around the corner from where that happened. And man, we used to be outside all the time. Now, I mean, we used to be outside all the time, man. Of course, the police in that area, you tried to dodge them and things of that nature because you're trying to dodge police everywhere you go as a black person. But man, that area in and of itself was never a bad area. It was never a bad area, man. But it's crazy. It's just crazy how that situation messed up the perception of that area. Man, nobody knew about Ferguson until Mike Brown. People know about St. Louis, but nobody knew about like Ferguson. Nobody, like, if you would talk to anybody outside of St. Louis and you mention Ferguson, they like, man, what is that? Like, well, they don't even know what a Ferguson is, man. But when that happened, man, that Ferguson became associated with like destruction and chaos and negativity. And it's never been that. Never been that. I literally grew up around the corner. Matter of fact, my brother still stays in the crib that's over there. Like, literally. Literally. And then what's crazy too, I want to drop a jewel before I drop that jewel. Before I forget, King Ramsey, appreciate that donation. Before I drop, when they were saying, when all that happened, and I just want to say this, when all that happened with Mike Brown, when all that stuff happens with anybody, they like to say we tearing up our own community. I find that funny because when you look at most of the stores that are destroyed, a lot of them are not actually black owned. Yeah, it's black people that stay in the community, stay in the neighborhood. But like the gas station that was destroyed when the Mike Brown situation popped off, black people didn't own that. Black people did not own that. So a lot of when you analyze a lot of these stores, man, a lot of things that were destroyed, a lot of times black people were not owning that. Now it was some stores, and there's some little mom and pop stores that got affected by it that black people did own, but a lot of the stuff that's destroyed was not owned by black people. That gas station was not owned by black people. And then even still, we're not about to talk about the people that they plant inside to initiate these riots. We ain't gonna talk about that. Again, I got personal experience. I know for a fact that they be planting these people in there. I just know for a fact. They be planting their little informants in the middle of the crowd, and that's how these riots be starting, because everything starts off peaceful, then all of a sudden out of nowhere it becomes chaotic. It's because they done planted people in there to start these things, man. This ain't no conspiracy. This is an actual fact. It's crazy how all these protests and all this stuff starts off as peaceful, then it becomes chaotic. Come on now. We ain't no fools. King Ren, all right, you say they talking about missing moms on people's magazine, but they won't speak on our children. It's to deter you from the truth. Oh, yeah, for sure. They don't want to speak on a lot when it pertains to black people. Like I said, whether it's the prison system, whether it's the educational system, they don't want to speak on a lot. They don't want to speak on a lot. They try to sweep a lot under the rug. That's why I said when I was reading that story about what happened in Texas, I was like, dang, I ain't never heard about this. You know, and that's why I say we need to take control of our education, because it's like, man, our kids, like the babies, need to learn about this. They need to know about this. Y'all know it. Every February, it's the same old song and dance. Martin Luther King, Rosa Parks, Harriet Tubman, maybe some Frederick Douglass here and there. It's the same old stuff. Like, man, it's so much to our history, even just here in the United States of America. Like, our history is so rich here. Like, it's crazy. The amount of history that we got here that we don't know about. Like, that's crazy. And then when you go outside of here, history gets real in the field. We know that, but our history here that they don't talk about is crazy. It's like, man, like I said, that little Texas story, and it's more like, listen, Black Wall Street, y'all know that on the mainstream level in Rosewood, but man, there were a lot of other towns just like that. A lot of other towns, man. Amos Wilson talked about that in the Blueprint to Black Power. He mentioned some other towns where, you know what I'm saying, white folks wasn't liking to see us thrive. So then here they go. Here they go. We can't be self-sufficient. Here they go. They gotta go ahead and destroy the community. Man, they did that to a few communities, man. I think one of them, it was a little town in Alabama. I think another little town in like Mississippi, man, it didn't happen several times. But we only know the mainstreams, and it's crazy. It's crazy that this didn't happen several times, a lot of times, and we only just got like 2 or 3 accounts of it actually happening. It's crazy. It's crazy. And I'm about to tap in. Infinite Charms, appreciate that donation. I'm about to tap in to a lot of these comments because I see y'all saying some good things, asking some good questions. So let me see. Q the Saint. Peace. Peace was happening. What's the word? Oh, Kuma for sure. And I'm gonna let y'all know how we then became desensitized to it. Just being in the St. Louis area, it's like, man, I could be walking, and it's crazy. I could be walking and I could hear gunshots and it really don't faze me. Like, it literally doesn't faze. Like, it had been plenty of times where we'd be like at the crib and you would just hear gunshots. Like I'm talking about when 17, 18, you hear some gunshots, and you're like, "Dad, man, somebody's shooting." You know what I'm saying? So you ain't, you're not really even, you ain't bothered by it. You just like, okay, man, somebody's shooting. That must be somebody shooting. Like that's literally how it is sometimes, man. And it's crazy. Then Dale, you say before you close out today, let our people know where Bill is and what you want for our people. A guy asked me today who you were, gave him a little rundown. Appreciate what you bring to your platform. Oh, for sure. Man, listen, man, that'll have to be a whole video in regards to what it is that I want for our people and why I do what I do. The first thing that I always say that I want for my people is for us to be healthy. Because again, if we not healthy, we can't accomplish anything. So that's my first priority. That's the first thing I want to see from my people. We are the sickest people. And this is by design and this is by our own doing at the same time. You know what I'm saying? We are the sickest people. So we need to get our health in check. We need to get our health in order. Because if we trying to go out here and fight the system and do all this other good stuff, we're not going to accomplish anything if we sick. If we sick as a whole. So my first mission is to get my people healthy. And that's mentally and physically. Like health is wealth, man. Once we get healthy mentally and physically, then everything will unfold according to that energy, man. So I'm always striving to get my people healthy mentally and physically. Food, good food for thought, and then good food for the body, man. So food for the mind, food for the body. So I'm always trying to provide those nutrients for the mind and for the body, man, to get our people healthy. And healthy in the sense of, y'all know the physical aspect that I do in regards to training, but mentally, I just want people to think. Like I bring up books. See, these books, you're supposed to go grab these books and you read. That's exercising the brain. So I want us to think more for ourselves. We need to learn how to think, not what to think, but how to think. So that's why I present some of the information that I present. And then I always bring up books, man, so y'all can do the knowledge of these books. And then y'all can just exercise that brain. That's getting us in shape. That's getting us in that mental shape that we need to be in. Because when it's wartime, because I feel like wartime is going to happen in our time. During our time. So I feel like it's near. I feel like it's near. See, people call it revelation, things of that nature. I don't believe in none of that. But I feel like it's about some real stuff is about to pop off to where we're going to have each other's back. I feel like that time is approaching. I just feel like it's real close. Some things going to pop off and we're going to have to be ready to go. And right now, if I was to be honest in my assessment of black people, we not ready to go. We ain't ready. We wouldn't last a day. We are not ready to go mentally and physically, man. We just too lazy, too out of shape. Mentally and physically, we are not ready to go with anybody. I'm talking about with anybody. We not ready to go. We not ready to go. We still are. It's black men and black women still arguing amongst one another about things that don't even matter. Like we still on that type of stuff, man. We still on that type of stuff, man. So if anything popped off, the black men and black women, we'll be arguing. We'll be arguing. So we can't even get past that yet. We can't even get past that. We arguing about things that don't even matter. We arguing about high value men and things like that. Like, come on, man. All that type of stuff is nonsense, man. All that type of stuff is nonsense. That's the type of stuff we arguing about, though. We arguing about if a woman if she's over 30, is her value decreasing? It's the type of stupid stuff we talking about. Then you got these women feeling lesser about themselves because they didn't hit 30 and they ain't got certain things popping off for them. Now you done killed her self-esteem. Oh, wow, when it's time, when it's wartime, we gonna need her on our team, but we done killed her self-esteem. So now we gonna destroy her self-esteem and she gonna be critical when it's wartime. She gonna be critical. We gonna need that black woman, but now you done told her that she's worthless a million times. She didn't accepted it. So now when it's wartime, she don't care to have your back and I don't blame her and vice versa. You know what I'm saying? His sister then tore the black man down to the point where we like, dag, man, y'all don't really fool with us. We accepted that. So then it's wartime. We just gonna look at each other like, man, y'all don't fool with us, so I don't fool with y'all. So that's what's happening right now. That's what's happening. We gotta stop. I mean, I'm telling you, man, I'm getting tired of looking at YouTube and it's just dumb conversations, just dividing black men and black women. And the conversations be dumb, man. It's dumb. Literally just dumb. Dumb, man. The type of things that we are discussing just dumb when it comes to man, when it comes to the relationship between black men and black women, man. This type of stuff is just it's nonsense, man, for the most part. Bunch of nonsense. Man, who are you to tell somebody once they reach a certain type of age, they value decreasing? Who are you to tell somebody that, man? And there's plenty of people out here saying that type of nonsense, man. And it's gonna be people out here that accept that and that eat that up, man. I've had to tell Man, I had to tell plenty of, man, listen, I didn't train younger women that be listening to some of these dudes say that type of stuff, and they start rushing the process, man. I didn't been around, so I know this from personal experience. I done trained young women that hit 20, 24, 25, and they done been listening to some of these dudes telling them that by 30, they got to be this, that, and the third, or they going to decrease their value, so they rushing in relationships, all type of trash relationships, because they trying to rush it based off of what somebody told them to do on YouTube. I mean, come on, man. I said, take your time, man. Focus on yourself, man. If it wasn't meant for you to settle down to you 35, then that's just what it was meant for. Man, you got to focus on yourself first. Stop allowing these people to put that type of stuff in your head, man. Maybe that's not your purpose in life. Come on, man. Come on, man. I done seen some sisters, man. I'm talking about I done seen some sisters place themselves in some bad situations because somebody told them that they better hurry up and do this by 30. If they don't have all of this by 30, then that's it for them. I'm telling y'all, man, I've seen it. Literally, I've seen people be affected by that type of statement, that type of concept. I'm seeing it, man. And it's ridiculous, man. It's called the anxiety. Like, it's, man, I'm telling you, it's killing these black women. The anxiety is high. You 25, you 26, and you ain't got no dude, you ain't got no kid. You walking around panicking. Like, oh man, I need to find a dude. I need to be married by the time I'm this, or else that means don't nobody want me. I'll never be married. Man, I'll tell you, it's making anxiety way worse, man. It's making anxiety way worse out here, man. It's tragic. It's a tragic situation out here. I never tell somebody that. I never tell somebody that, man. I'm sorry. I'm never telling somebody that, man. I'm going to tell somebody to focus on themselves. When you focus on being the best version of yourself, guess what? You're going to attract everything you need. That's all I'm going to tell somebody. That's all I'm going to tell somebody, man. I'm getting tired of all this trash advice out here, man. It's just tearing black men and black women down from one another. You know, that type of stuff is getting on my nerves, man. It's getting on my nerves wholeheartedly. True Black, you say, do I remember the Willie Lynch letter? Oh, yeah, for sure. I done did a few streams on the Willie Lynch letter. Yeah, you know, a lot of people say, oh, it's a myth. He didn't exist. I don't care whether or not a person named Willie Lynch actually existed to write the letter. The content that's within the letter, whoever wrote it, like that letter is accurate and is very relevant. It's very relevant. It's very relevant. It's very relevant, man. It's very relevant. But yeah, man, we gotta stop, man. We gotta stop with the division, man. We gotta stop buying into the nonsense, man. And that's what we do. That's what we are doing. That's what we are doing, man. Somebody telling you ain't worth nothing, and you believe them, and now you feel like you gotta rush the process. You feel like you gotta rush your process, man. Rush your greatness out here, man. You can't do that. You can't do it. You cannot do it. You gotta chill out here, man. You have got to chill. You cannot allow these people, man, that's on social, and half of them ain't living what they teaching and preaching as well. So keep that in mind too. Keep that in mind. Jeremiah, man, appreciate that donation. You say, peace to the gods. Can you speak on today's mathematics? Oh, for sure, man. I can always speak on today's mathematics, man. Speaking of that, I've been watching the little Wu-Tang joint. That's one of the only shows that you can about watch that ain't got some crazy element to it. But yeah, no, today, what is today? The 15th. So we dealing with knowledge, power, refinement, all being born to equality. Ooh, all being born to equality, man. The way I can give you a simple breakdown in regards to that, we're gonna deal with knowledge and power, just knowing how powerful you are, and that's giving birth to balance. Real simple breakdown, man. Just knowing how powerful you are, knowing your true power, and that'll give birth to balance. And what balance is being centered, and that's true health. See, a lot of times people focus on being in an alkaline state, and people talk about being acidic. It's all about balance. You want to be in the center. The body don't necessarily strive to be in an overly alkaline state, because that can be unhealthy and that can kill you. The body strives to be balanced right in the middle, like 7.234-ish. The body strives for balance. So again, when you know your power, when you know how powerful you are mentally and physically, that should give birth to that centered feeling, that centered energy. And that's that peaceful energy, just knowing your power, knowing your power. And you find out about your power by studying yourself and studying your ancestors, studying your history. That's how you come to know about that power. You study people that look like you and you see what they did, you see what they accomplished and achieved. That right there is what you are capable of doing. And there have been plenty of people that have tried to emulate what people like us, what people that look like us did, achieved and accomplished, and they have not been able to duplicate it. That's what we are capable of. So once we know that power, it's a wrap. Once we know our power, again, that's going to give birth to that balance. That's going to give birth to that centered energy. And that's when you are truly at peace, when you are centered. So we can always break down the math. I used to break down the math before every video, man. I got to get back to that. I got to get back to that. Dominique, for sure, man. I'm telling y'all, man, the trash advice, man. I didn't have to tell several sisters to stop. I literally had to tell them to get off YouTube. Man, I was like, man, you need to stop watching the video. Like, I sounded like my pops, man, when they used to tell us you need to stop listening to that music. Man, I didn't have to tell some young sisters, man, you need to get off YouTube. You need to stop listening to that stuff on YouTube for real. Because whether or not some people don't want to admit it, but like if that is you, like some people are indirectly affected by it. They may come out and admit, like, nah, I'm good. Like that ain't bothering me, but it's like, no, I actually probably did. You know, so that's why, like, man, you don't even consume that type of information. Man, you good. Focus on yourself. You got good things cracking for you, and you 30, you 31. Like, man, focus on that. Focus on that. Like, we out here making it seem like every woman's objective is to get married and have kids. Some women don't even want that. You know what I'm saying? Like, some women, that ain't even what they out here trying to do, and like they not trying to do that. So, man, that's why I don't, man, a lot of this type of stuff is for shock value, and it's just a bunch of nonsense, man, at the end of the day. Oh, Joshua, hey, for sure, appreciate that, man. You definitely did your part, man. Definitely. Definitely. But y'all already know, man. Anytime, like I said, man, I appreciate Jeremiah. Jeremiah always keep me on the square when it comes to the math, man. But we can always break down the math for the day, man. The math keep you rolling. Math keep you rolling. I'm telling y'all, man, it's a tool. When you wake up, again, anybody that has any question, it's a lot of guys. Y'all can tell by the names in here, you know what I'm saying, who part of the culture. But, man, it's a lot of guys. You got any question, man, chop it up with us, man. Because, again, that's the best way to get this information in regards to the culture. Just hit us up. Ask us. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times we don't be trying to do too much online because y'all know how it is, man. They start tapping in. So a lot of this type of stuff, man, we build offline. Oh, Nick, and then there you go. I see Nick say, how can one do more research on the teachings of the nation of gods and earth? Reach out to the gods, man. That's all you got to do. That's all I did. Mattel, that's literally what I did. I was, like I said, I heard AZ mention the 5%ers in the song. Then I went and grabbed the book that I come to find out that wasn't the most trustworthy book, but I was so eager to find out more about it. Once I heard AZ mention it, then I kind of looked it up and seen what they was talking. I'm like, damn, I need to find a book or something on this. So I got a book from Barnes & Noble. That is not a recommended book written by a white dude, but I got the book. I should have figured that because it was in Barnes & Noble, so I should have figured that wasn't a good book to start with, but I read it, and I was like, damn, man, I'm fooling with some of the stuff that's in here, man. So then I just got on Facebook, man. I started looking him up. I started finding all type of guys everywhere, man. I was reaching out. Then I found some in my area and what is called an enlightener. So I had my enlightener is the one that pretty much gave me the lessons, gave me the rundown, dropped the jewels on me, and then we always passing it down. So if you want to get more, learn more about the culture, all you got to do is reach out. We always willing to teach. We always willing to do that. We always willing to build on the culture for sure. Kuma, man, Dr. Fauci, man, yeah. Dr. Fauci, you mention that name, you might get banned and shut down. You know what I'm saying? Jack, peace, what's the word? Infinite Charms, you say you made me dig in the craze. Grand Pooba, peace to Grand Pooba, Jungle Brothers, Lords of the Underground, De La Soul. Come on, don't even get me started on that type of music. That's the music, like I said, that woke me up. Don't even get me started. Lindell, you say another negative against us are these Larry Elders of the world. Yeah, I saw somebody post something about, who gives white America their voice because they're afraid to say how they truly feel about us. For sure. That's why I was fooling with the Trump era, because when Trump was in here, man, people wasn't afraid. They weren't afraid to let black folks know that they don't fool with us, you know? I fool with the Trump. I fool with the Trump administration. And Joe Biden out here destroying this. Ain't nobody talking about that, though. Ain't nobody talking about that. Oh, Joe out here ain't doing nothing for nobody. Joe out here, things have got even more real in the field. Things have got more. And I told people, man, I try to tell y'all. I told people this is what was gonna happen, man. They didn't put Joe in here. It just ironically the timing of it. Right when they needed to get all these people to take the jab, you gotta have somebody that's gonna comply. You gotta have somebody that's gonna, you know what I'm saying, that people gonna trust in regards to, okay, Joe told us we need to get the jab. Just imagine if you had Trump in office and Trump was out here telling black people they need to get the jab. Man, black people would have just not gotten the jab just because Trump said get it. So they knew that was not gonna work. They knew that they needed to put a new face in the office and tell that face or have that face push and promote the jab, and more people was gonna be willing to comply. That's one of the reasons why they made the shift. That's one of the reasons why they made the shift. Heck, Donald Trump might have came out and made it out to be a conspiracy. You gotta watch Trump. So they was like, man, we can't have Trump in this joint. People ain't gonna get this jab if Trump is in his office. So we gotta boot him out and we gotta select somebody else. They ain't gonna trust Trump. If we convince Trump to tell them to get the jab, they're not gonna do it. But if Joe say, all right, man, y'all need to get it. If Joe say it enough and Kamala say it enough, they gonna get it. They gonna trust them. That's one of the reasons why they did what they did. That's one of the reasons why they did what they did, man. But oh no, my bad. I'm a conspiracy theorist. That's what I am. My bad. Dominique, appreciate that. Appreciate the donation. But my bad. I'm a conspiracy theorist. That's what I am. My fault. If y'all don't think that that's ironic, the whole timing of it, right when they inserted this jab, then boom, shift. Like, come on, man. This all could have just come on, man. We gonna blame Donald. We gonna blame Donald Trump. People was out here blaming him for the spread of the. That's crazy, man. Y'all know what happened. Man. They were blaming Donald Trump for the spread. Then we was getting stimulus checks under Donald Trump. People still ain't want to. They still ain't want to give him no type of props for that. And I ain't no pro Donald Trump, and I ain't none of that. I don't like none of them. But what I'm saying is, we was blaming Trump for everything bad. And then when Biden get in there, oh, he doing this, he doing that. And then the bad stuff that's happening under him, they still blaming Trump for. They still blaming Trump for the spread of the virus. Like, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. Whole while Joe done got y'all signing up to get a jab that's going to tear you up long term. But Trump the boogeyman, though. Well, let me go ahead and be quiet, man, before somebody get on here and get emotional. Come on now. Like, come on now. He got y'all signed up to get a jab that's going to have some long-term negative side effects, but Trump was the boogeyman, though. Billy, listen, ain't nobody going for it. Like, we got to be willing. Listen, you got to be willing to die for some things, man. Like, for real. I'm willing to die for my health. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, nobody is forcing me to take anything. We going out fighting. That's what it is. I mean, that's just what it is. Ain't nobody, like, when people say they're going to force us, no, they're not forcing me to take anything because I'm not taking it. I'm not taking anything. I don't know if I'm one of the select few, but I was about to ask a question today. Am I the only one that didn't contract the virus? Like, you know what I'm saying? It seemed like everybody didn't came down with the Rona or whatever we want to call it. I have not had it. I done had plenty of people I train people on a day-to-day basis. These people have been tested. Like, these people have been exposed to people. Man, a lot of my clients, like some of the ones that listen to some of the things that I suggest, they have been around it, been exposed to it. Never got it. I've been around it, never got it. So apparently something I'm doing is making sense around here. But again, we don't know what we're talking about. Oh, Infinite Charms, never voted. And that was right around time I was eligible to vote when Obama was there. I ain't vote for Obama. And if Obama start running again, I still wouldn't vote for Obama. I ain't voting for nobody. Lesser of two evils. Lesser of two evils. That's what it basically. Which way you want to die? You want to get stabbed in the chest, or you want to get shot in the head? That's what it's like voting for these presidents. Which way you want to go ahead and die? You want to get, you know what I'm saying? You want to take this poison? You want to get shot in the head? You want to get stabbed in the chest? How you want to go out? How you want to go out? Either way, you're gonna die. Either way, it's gonna kill you. But which way you prefer to go out? That's how I look at voting. I'm good on it. I'm cool on it. Akuma, man, it's easy to know. See, because I know my body. I see again, it's knowledge of self. I know my body. They like to say it's plenty of people that get it, don't have any symptoms. I'm not one of the ones. I'm in tune with my body, man. If I came across anything that's virus related, my body is going to break down. My body can't handle it, man, because I've always had issues with my immune system and things like that, man. So if I acquire something, I would know. I don't have one of those bodies that I'm just gonna have something and I don't know. And plus, like I said, people around me tested, been tested multiple times. And then, like I said, when my sister got it, I was actually around her before she knew she had it. Didn't have it at that time. Didn't have it. I done been around it multiple times, man. I've not had it. I've had plenty of people that was tested, like I said, around me, that were around me several times. They never came back with it. So, I mean, these are all indications, man. Plus, I just know my body. I'm not one of the ones that don't know my body. Like, I know my body. I know when something's wrong. See, a lot of times people say there are no symptoms. No, there are plenty of symptoms. We just ignore them. We write them off. We write them off. Oh, I ain't experienced no symptom. Yes, you did. Just wrote it off. You know what I'm saying? That little headache, that little slight headache that you wrote off, that was a symptom. When you was tired, that was a symptom. Like, we be writing off these symptoms, man. We say, oh, we was symptomatic. We ain't had no symptoms. Yes, you did. You just wrote them off. I pay attention to everything. I pay attention to any and everything. If something is off of my body, I'm going to know. I'm paying attention. I'm paying attention. I'm paying attention. Man, you know what I'm saying? My finger ain't feeling right. I'm like, oh, something off. You know what I'm saying? So I'm paying attention. I know when something is off. Yeah, Infinite Charms. I know plenty of people that said something similar, man. They think they had it, but they did, you know what I'm saying, holistic remedies, natural remedies, and they was good in a matter of days. Like my sister had it. I supplied her with the elderberry and joint and things along those lines. She bounced back rather quickly. Percy, you say I mentioned the milk crate challenge, and those videos are now banned on TikTok. See, that's what I'm saying. But when I had talked about them, some people was getting their feelings about what I was saying. See what I'm saying? Now they banned off TikTok. There we go. Dominique, man, I talked about that. Man, I'm telling you, I know we experiencing the same thing. I done had clients. It's crazy. I done had clients. Man, listen, I had clients come to me basically judging me for not getting the jab. Yet, like I said, you probably in here without a mask, even if you have a mask on. You judging me for not getting the jab, but then I'm touching the weight and I'm handing the weight to you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Then you taking, like, after I touch the weight, hand it to you, then you take it, then you remove your mask. Like, come on. So, like, if you that skeptical, like, for one, you can go elsewhere. You can go get trained by somebody that got the jab. And for two, that just looks and sounds dumb. So you judging a person for not getting the jab. I'm handing you a weight. Boom. You grab the weight with your hand. Boom. Then you remove your mask. Boom. That don't even make any sense, man. That don't make any sense. TZ, man, and props to you for voting in. Because I remember, I never forget that time period. And people was coming at me hard because of my perspective. They was coming at me. They was coming at me hard. Wisdom, peace, what's happening? They was coming at me hard. I never forget. I remember like it was yesterday when Obama when they selected Obama. Man, everybody, all black people was happy, and I was like the only one. Like, man, I don't mean nothing. Ain't what I'm happy for. Man, I was, man. Listen, you talk about being a black sheep. I wasn't well liked at that time. I wasn't well liked at that time at all. Oh yeah, Infinite Charms, yeah. Holistic measures always gonna do the trick. You know what I'm saying? We just gotta know. We just gotta know the concoctions, man. That's all. That's all we gotta know. That's all we gotta know. Jason, you say people keep saying they had it. Is really no proof, and that's another thing too, man. You know how many people, they didn't misdiagnose and told them that they had it and they didn't. That's another thing that's happening. Like I said, man, and I forgot. Man, I train all type of people. I trained a lady that work in the hospital, and she said she brought it. She was like she was dealing with a couple the other day where the wife came down with West Nile, like West Nile. I was like, man, people still get like I ain't heard anything outside of Rona in a minute, and she was like, this lady had West Nile. I was like, whoa. I was like, man, I'm surprised they even still diagnosing other viruses and ailments. That was like the first time I heard anything other than that be diagnosed. I'm like, man, I didn't even know West Nile still existed. But man, somebody got recently diagnosed with West Nile. Man, I have not heard West Nile in a minute. So I was like, you said what? I was like, how long ago was this? And this was just recent. Like when this is a situation going on, man, they just automatically, oh, you got it. I know plenty of people that have been misdiagnosed. Travian, man, every time, like that was a joke too. That episode you talking about, people used to call me Huey back in the day for that reason. Infinite Charms, the mosquito virus said she was like it was an older white lady. Older white lady came in there and she got the West Nile virus. I have not heard that has got to be the only case of West Nile virus in the last 10, 20 years. Because I ain't heard nobody talk about West Nile virus, man. I ain't heard nobody mention West Nile. It was crazy. I was like, you said she got what? West Nile. So that's still out here. Dominique, I'm telling you, it's even crazier on my end because they don't even, the people that would judge me for not getting it, I don't even wear a mask. And they don't even, you know what I'm saying? They still in the building. I don't even be having a mask on. Because first of all, I ain't doing that. I ain't wearing no mask in this establishment, man. I can't breathe with that joint. So I don't be having a mask on, and they still, like I said, for the most part, I'm more than likely in better health than most of the people that's walking around with these masks on, things of that nature, man. So like people just need to leave me alone. That's why I be trying to tell people, man, just leave me alone. I'm gonna focus on my health. Best believe I'm gonna take care of myself. I'm gonna supply my body with what it needs to make sure I don't come down with anything. And if I do come down with something, it's gonna die immediately. It ain't gonna have the type of environment it needs to thrive in because it's too clean. You know what I'm saying? So I don't even be worried about the nonsense, man. Like that's another way to dodge these bullets. Don't even be concerned yourself with it. A lot of times people don't understand simply living in fear is enough for you to acquire the virus in and of itself. You living in fear of the virus, so you're gonna end up manifesting that virus. You're gonna end up acquiring the virus because you walking around trying to dodge it. You afraid of it. I walk around, I don't even think about it. That's how I dodge it. I'm not even walking around in fear. I'm not thinking about, oh man, I gotta put on, I'm scared, like it's cold, it's out here. Like, nah, I don't even worry about it. I just go out here, live my life, and come back to the crib. I ain't worried about none of that. And I do what I need to do, take care of myself. That's all I concern myself with. That's it. I focus on my health. Again, what you focus on, it grows. So I focus on my health. So my health is going to continue to grow. I speak health. I speak life into existence every day. So that's what's going to continue to grow. So I ain't worried about all this other stuff. I'm not living in fear. Terenzo, my brother, peace. Infinite Charm, man, that's exactly what it's like. I'm telling y'all, I need to look up some other West Nile cases. Because I'm like, nah. All right, nah, she couldn't have had West Nile. That's crazy. I ain't heard that in a minute. Wisdom for sure. Like I said, only time I've worn it is when you go in places that require it. You know, other than that, I'm maskless, man. I'm good. I'm feeling the best I've ever felt here in recent years, man. Just again, supplying my body with what it needs, proper exercise, all that good stuff, man. I know I could be better. You know what I'm saying? I'm still out here thriving. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm focused on my health, and that's what's growing. So it's all about your focus. It's all about your focus. It's all about what you are concentrating on. That's what it's all about. That's what it's always about. You know what I'm saying? So if you focus on this fear, then that's going to grow. And when that fear grows, that's how you end up acquiring what it is that you strive to avoid. So that's why we don't entertain fear. Fear is a strong emotion. Fear is a strong emotion. You know what I'm saying? You fear something strong enough, you're going to end up walking into that exact situation. So that's why I don't deal with fear. That's why I don't deal with it at all. And y'all know that. Y'all have been there, done that, man. Y'all have been trying to dodge something, been trying to avoid something. You end up walking right into that situation because you were so focused on it because you had this big fear of it. I don't do that. I don't do that. We don't live like that, man. We don't entertain that type of energy. We don't entertain. We don't condone that type of energy. But y'all, man, with that being said, man, I got to make my move, man. I got to head up to the gym, get these sessions and these classes knocked out. So y'all know what it is, man. Like I said, in regards to the title of this video, man, be on the lookout because I may have the mother, or she said her daughter, like her, which would be his sister, the young man that I was talking about earlier that was murdered in prison here in my area. You know, I trained his mother, so I'm gonna either have the mother on here, or it might be the daughter, which would be his sister, or they may just tell me to talk about it and reveal most of the details. But however this is about to unfold, once I get the green light, we going hard, man. We gonna make sure we rally behind his mother that had to bury her son because he was murdered by the prison system. We gonna make sure we rally behind the black woman, man. She listen, we all she got at this particular point. So we got to make sure we rally behind her and we support her and she receives some type of justice, compensation, some. We know it ain't all about the money. We know the money will not bring her son back, but they going to have to pay her. They going to have to pay her. They going to have to pay her some, and we going to see to it that it happens. So once I get the green light, we applying pressure to the prison system. We applying pressure to this exact prison that did this, that murdered her son. We going to do it. So once I get more information, I'm telling y'all, I'm tapping in with y'all, man, because I feel like a lot of y'all will be ready to ride for it. And that's what I told her. So I feel like y'all will be ready to ride. So that's why I told her this platform, like YouTube, will be a good place to get this off your chest because I feel like y'all some good people and be ready to ride behind a black woman. So, all right, man, just be on the lookout because I may have her on this joint because that's what I told her. Or I may just reveal all the information once I get the green light. So be on the lookout. This may happen in the next few days or next few weeks. Just be on the lookout for it, man, because we about to attack this prison, man. We about to attack it. They about to pay up. Heck, we might close and we might shut them down. However this finna work. We finna do something, though. We applying pressure. It's going to be a big movement because we ain't finna play with them. We not going to allow them to continue to murder the babies, continue to murder our sons, daughters, all that type of stuff. We ain't about to allow them to continue to get away with it. But I'm out, y'all, man. I'm about to make my moves. Y'all enjoy the rest of this Wednesday, man. Get some healthy foods in, rest, meditate, affirmation, journal, all that good stuff. I'm out. I'm going to tap in with y'all on Friday, man. So enjoy y'all Thursday as well. Peace.